Sanjana Parihar, a legal intern at LEXIS and Company. I am pursuing BA LLB from Shulini University and this is my first year. Today we are going to talk about this very controversial topic, Bombay High Court verdict on sexual assault, about mandatory minimum sentencing. And let's talk about the issue first. The Bombay High Court has acquitted a man for sexual assault charges under POCSO Act for groping a child instead of convicted him under the IPC for lesser offence. Besides drawing criticism for its restricted interpretation of the offence, the ruling highlights the concept of mandatory minimum sentencing in legislation including POCSO. This case was about a convict who was accused of luring this 12-year girl into the house on the pretext of giving her a guava and pressing her breast and attempting to remove her salwar. The session court has convicted this 39-year-old guy called Bandhu Ragde. Under this is section 8 of POCSO Act. It sentenced him for 3 years of jail. The Nagpur bench of Bombay High Court reversed the decision. Now, they acquitted the man for sexual assault charges under POCSO Act. Why? According to them, the allegation was said to be not serious enough for the greater punishment prescribed under the law. It upheld the conviction under the sections that carry lesser minimum sentence of 1 year under the Indian Penal Code. Why was the man acquitted? Because under offence of POCSO carried a higher punishment. So the court reasoned that a conviction under it would require a higher standard of proof and allegation that were more serious. Section 7 of the Act says, whoever with sexual intent touches the vagina, penis, anus or breast of a child or makes the child touch vagina, penis, anus or breast of such person or any other person or does any other act with sexual intent. The court said that since the convict groped the prosecutrix over her clothes, this indirect contact would not constitute sexual assault. In such reading of law unusual, such restrictive reading is not common, especially in POCSO cases. There was an example of State versus Bijendra in 2014 where the 7-year girl had to testify that the convict took her into the bathroom and forced her, slapped her and tore her cheeks. But the court did not hold that person to be as convicted as it was, according to him, lack of physical contact. Now, what is mandatory minimum sentencing? Section 8 of the POCSO Act carries a sentence of rigorous imprisonment of 7 to 5 years. However, imposing the minimum sentence is mandatory. What is the need of mandatory minimum sentence? A mandatory sentence is prescribed to underline the seriousness of the offence. It is often claimed to act as a deterrent to crime. In 2013, criminal law reform introduced it in aftermath of 2012 Delhi gang rape prescribed mandatory minimum sentences. It applied for criminal use of force and outraging the modesty of women, among other charges. Mandatory minimum sentences are also prescribed some cases to remove the scope of arbitrariness by judges using their discretion. Now, what are the concerns with this mandatory sentencing? Mandatory sentencing regimes are put in places to remove the digital discretion, but it is felt that the discretion is merely shifted within the system to police and is not removed completely. Studies have shown that mandatory sentencing in law leads to fewer convictions. In the process, certain factors are being considered, that if the accused of being a first-time offender with potential for reformation, the accused being the sole breadwinner in the of the family, the accused age and social background, the seriousness of the offence, etc. Minimum sentence under POCSO Act are also seen to be very high. Legal experts have argued that the mandatory sentences are counterproductive to aim of reducing crime or acting as deterrent. I think the way forward should be, instead of harsh punishment, the judicial reforms that makes the sentencing process more accountable and transparent is recommended. This would include holding transparent proceedings, sentencing, recording specific reasons of the punishment in ruling, etc. So this was it for today. If there's any feedback that you'd like to give me over the content, any questions that you'd like to ask me, you can comment in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, this video does not solicit any types of promotions or advertisements as per the guidelines of Bar Council of India, and the sole purpose of this video is education only. Do let me know how did you like the video. Do like it if you like it, and subscribe LEXCLIQ.